world, welcome back to Accelerate and welcome to Connor's Porsche Macan Turbo.
This may be the perfect alternative for those looking for a Porsche 911 but have a family.
The Cayenne was Porsche's introduction to the SUV world and brought some real profit to the company with its release in 2002. During the interim, Porsche also released the quirky Panamera Saloon, but with the world quickly moving to SUVs, Porsche knew they had to move their attention, thus releasing this, the smaller, more compact Macan.
Being a Porsche, everything is optional, as we all know. However, this specific car has got most options on it. As far as we know, it's got pretty much everything on it. Being a range top in turbo, they do have different bumpers compared to like the GT3 and the base model, any other thing. So you can notice the difference with a turbo front bumper. This one has the adaptive headlights, LED, they do everything. They follow you, they'll chase you down the road, they'll do everything you need them to do. Moving on to the wheels. Now, they come with a 19-inch wheel as standard. You can option them to a 20. However, this car has been optioned to the 21-inch diamond cut. Now, they are really, really special. Coming to the side of the car, you've got the wing mirrors. Now, with this little groove and everything, they are only on the turbo models. We start at the roof. You've got the roof bars, which are gloss black, another option. The pan roof, another option. We got the door handles in black gloss, including the side pieces, I'd say, yep, side door panels. Once again, optional extra in gloss black. So towards the back of the car, we got privacy glass, once again optional, gloss black handles, roof spoiler. This is only available on the turbo as well, as far as I believe. I also do love these rear lights. As you can see, they are 3D. So you can actually get your hand in there, which is really, really cool.
What you want from a rear light?
It is, no, but it's just something that just adds to that
Detail.
car. You know, it's lovely little bit of detail in. You've got the rear diffuser and exhaust. How do you open the boot on one of these? Now I'm going to see if Drew can do it, because I already know.
This is not something we usually do on a review.
No,
and I'm guessing it's not straightforward because there's no handle. It's not going to be under there, is it? Nope, that's a camera. Sorry, you can't just put fingerprints all over your camera. It's not one of those.
Nope. What the? You got a jumping jack.
If someone's trying to break into it, at least that's a good security feature.
It's voice activated, so if you say open.
Open!
I'm just joking, it's not that.
How do you open it?
Right, you open it via the boot button.
Okay, not in a million years would I would have been started looking underneath the car and everything. Obviously, as you can see, you've got the electronic opening boot with the closing button just there. As Kenny said, this has, as far as we're aware, every single option ticked, which includes this insert for the boot. Connor says this is fantastic if you've got dogs, which he actually has. Stops it scratching all of the lovely carpet in Alcantara. You've got your usual 12-volt sockets, along with the buttons there to adapt the suspension if you are towing. My biggest fear coming into this, many of you will know this has close relations to the Audi Q5. My biggest fear was jumping into another Audi Q5 with a big price tag. And I'm happy to say I am very wrong. Porsche materials, we're always a big fan of Audi materials, but Porsche materials step it up a notch. The features on this interior are absolutely phenomenal. Although you've got buttons everywhere, it's very ergonomic and very easy to use. Stepping into the rear of the Macan, I think it shows one of its flaws. Because of the coupe design as opposed to the Cayenne, the roofline does slope and the panoramic roof does rob you a bit of the headroom. But it's not claustrophobic in here. Obviously, the privacy glass does make it feel a bit more enclosed. But onto the positives, the carbon trim is carried on through the rear. You've still got the beautiful red stitching with the leather. Even got the Alcantara touches on the door, which I love. Obviously, you've got your electric windows. Another Porsche statement brought onto the rear, which I absolutely love, are these stunning red seat belts that are sat against, once again, the leather and the Alcantara seats, which are continued onto the rear. You have your typical centered armrest with the cup holders. Kenny wasn't a fan because he seemed to keep getting his elbow caught in the middle. But if you're anything like me, you can just put them there and not complain about it. But you have got your ski hatch there. There's even a net in between there to stop if you have got the dogs in the boot and you do want the center down. It stops them coming through, although I don't know why you'd want that. But again, trips with the family, if you go into the Alps, this is just more than enough. I don't know, yeah, I do. I've never been to the Alps, but I'm definitely going.
So one thing I love about this front end is the size of this massive clamshell bonnet and the way it opens.
The Macan is offered with a choice of both petrol and diesel engines. The entry level being offered with a 2-litre turbo engine derived from a Golf GTI producing 265 brake horsepower, moving up to a 2.9 V6 twin turbo, a 3-litre twin turbo V6, and what we have here today, the range-topping 3.6-litre twin turbo V6. The fantastic 3-litre V6 turbo diesel power plant is also an option. Power on this Macan has been bumped up to 440 brake horsepower thanks to Porsche's optional power upgrade.
Not only is this the first Porsche SUV we've done, it's actually the first Porsche turbo vehicle we have had featured on the channel. We've been very fortunate. Kenny obviously used to own a Porsche Boxster S, very fine example of one, and we have featured a 997 Carrera 4S. Three, I would say, very different options from Porsche, so we're very fortunate we get to do this. I've started off in comfort modes with the PDK box. I've said it in many videos before, I am very old school. I would personally choose an original torque converter automatic over a dual clutch, purely because on the lower revs, they tend to be a bit jerky. The gear changes are absolutely seamless, I will admit, but pottering around town, they can get a bit jerky. If someone put a blindfold on me and chucked me in this car, I would never believe that I was riding on a sports utility vehicle on 21-inch wheels, and I do think that's a lot thanks to the air ride suspension, which I must say in the comfort mode now is doing its job absolutely fine. And the PDK box, even at the lower revs, is a lot less jerky than I thought, and it's going back to what I said, the materials compared to the equivalent Audi and many of its rivals. Porsche know what they're doing. We've said this many a time. The quality of Porsche is next level, and as much as Porsche owners hate to admit, this does have close relationships to the Audi Q5, but I'm happy to say from where I'm sitting, you would not guess. I am being pleasantly hugged by these leather bolstered Alcantara seats that again are completely new for the Porsche Macan, and perfect balance of comfort, but they do bolster you. I literally feel like I'm being hugged around, which gives you confidence when you're flying through corners. There is no denying you're in a Porsche. You look down the center of the steering wheel, you've got the beautiful Porsche emblem, not a sticker, an emblem staring at you. As you glance down, you see the big tacho, the rev counter in front of you, which again is a Porsche statement, which tells you that this car is all about the performance. You've got the smaller speedometer on the left-hand side, which goes all the way up to 190 miles an hour. And you've got your digital screen giving you all the information you need and more in the digital readout. It's even got a boost gauge, which I've just noticed. We're coming up to our normal stretch of road now where we get a first impression. So what I'm going to do is put it into Sport Plus mode, which I'm proud to say it's immediately downshifted for me. The exhaust valves open up, which do make a difference, and it is ready to go. I'm going to leave it in auto for now and see how she reacts. Second gear. Jesus. Wow. You are very aware that you're in a Porsche. The noise is absolutely what you'd expect from a Porsche. Now, the big difference is this is fantastic overtaking power. Now, I am going to shift to manual mode to see what the PDK... Oh my God. Okay, as much as I say I'm not a fan of the PDKs or any dual clutch, this is where the dual clutch comes into its own. Oh my God, as you upshift, it just shovels more power at you. And I just looked at my speedo. Yeah, this gives you a lot of confidence, even in sport mode. It is soaking up the bumps so well. So I'm going to put it back into comfort mode, turn Sport Plus off, and I want to talk about what just happened. That pull there, the noise, big difference with this is it's a V6 as opposed to Porsche's normal flat 6, which is a staple of Porsche. It's what they're known for. So I was a bit, what's it going to be like? The noise is still very Porsche. It is a bit muffled, but that is due to the insulation and the quality of build of this thing. And we got to remember, Connor bought this as a daily driver to lug the family around in, so you can go shopping, you can do anything you need to, but still put a smile on your face. The refinement, everything, Porsche really know what they're doing. Wow, that second gear pull. I cannot believe how agile this thing feels. This is a 2-ton car, just under 2 tons. And as we said in the intro, is this the alternative to the 911? It certainly does give you the confidence that I didn't expect from an SUV. Now we come to the scientific part of the video. We are going to be pulling out the Draghi and testing the 0 to 60 on this Macan Turbo. Porsche reckon from the factory it's around the 4.6 second mark. So in the real world, let's see what it can do.
This Macan Turbo ran an impressive 4.53 second run to 60 on the first attempt with traction control turned on and 4.62 seconds with traction control turned off.
Right, I'm going to use it in Sport Plus just to see the difference, and I'm not going to use a flappy paddle. See with this PDK. Whoa!
It's a lie.
How is this thing 2 ton? Wow! Oh my god. Dude, this ain't a slouch.
This is a sports car, I don't care what anyone says.
Oh my god. Even the noise.
I said it's a perfect balance of, it's a family car that you can just thrash when you're on your own. If you haven't got the kids with you, it's enough to give you goosebumps. Like, it's not crazy loud, it's not crazy fast, but my god does it get up and go.
I was just going to say, you say it's not crazy fast. You look at that speedo, it's shit.
I looked down a few times with that.
Now, obviously, I'm a huge Porsche fan, and just being in this is so special. It feels so special.
Well, I said I'm not a big modern Porsche fan. I love my 964s and the 993s, but anything more than that I don't. But even I will admit, what a special experience this is.
Let's see what it's like.
And then you can throw it
foot to the floor, literally pinned. 2 ton car. Oh, the suspension is fantastic. It's doing everything. And do you know what? Yes, it's heavy, and yes, you can feel it. There's not much body roll on anything. I just had the wheels twitching. Oh, do you know, for such a big, a bit of tyre squeal. Yeah. Wow, it gives you so much confidence as well. The brakes are phenomenal.
Yeah.
The handling, man, is, like I said, for such a heavy car.
We are in a 2-ton SUV. This should not be doing this.
Wow, what a car.
I think
then you've got that in front of you.
I think, do you know one thing I noticed straight away then? If you were in a 911 going up there, I would have hit the brakes as you come to the dip. Do you know, because you know you've got the ground clearance?
Yep.
You feel like you're in a 911, but you've got the confidence. You're not going to be bumping and scraping everywhere. So you were flat out.
I was. Do you know, I've taken that a lot more ease in other vehicles compared to this. Now, I thought with the weight, even into the corners and stuff, I really thought I was going to be a bit, I'm going to have to back off here. I didn't. And
do you know, I don't know if it's the same with you. When I drove it and I started booting it, I looked down and saw the badge, and it almost gives me confidence. It's like, you know you're in a Porsche. When you start slinging this thing around, this is what Porsche do well.
They do it, and they do it well. They're one of the best in the business for it.
Yeah.
And like I say, everything about this car, what a daily, man. What a
kind of daily.
I don't want to say perfect, but what a near enough perfect all-round vehicle.
My thing is, if you've got the budget, I'm not going to say the perfect all-rounder, because for the average person, it is up there in the budget.
It's out of our budgets, let's be honest.
Like the SQ5 that we featured is a lot more affordable. Okay, you haven't quite got the performance or the specialness that this gives, but if you can afford a Macan, I would personally take this over the Cayenne, purely due to the dimensions, the nimbleness, that you don't feel like you're in a small car, but you don't feel like you're in an oversized SUV on these British roads. At the beginning of the video, we wanted to know, is this a great alternative to the 911 if you've got a family? And after spending a couple of hours with it,
I love it.
I am smitten with it.
I absolutely love it. I wasn't expecting it to be as throwable as it is for something that's 2 ton.
With the Porsche, as I said, Connor's bought this as a daily driver. It drives absolutely sublime, especially even on the 21-inch wheels. You put it into comfort mode, but then as we experienced with you can literally Jekyll and Hyde, put it into Sport Plus, and this turns into a 911. Right. But anyway, we want to say a massive thank you to Connor. Yes, you may recognise Connor. He is the crazy guy that gave us the R35 for the day.
Lucifer.
The GTR, yep, and told us to go nuts with this. So he's now brought his new Porsche Macan and told us to have fun. So we really appreciate you bringing it down, throwing us the keys, doing what we need to do. This is why we love doing what we do, because I am converted with this. I wasn't too convinced, but as soon as you jump behind the driver's seat, my God.
I absolutely love it. Never really looked at them twice.
No, I will now. And every time I see one, I'm going to go, good choice.
What a car.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We will see you in the next one.
Boom. I was going to say we're going to have a look on Auto Trader, but there's no point. We can't afford it.
No, I can't afford this. No.